watching me and I'm watching you. Take some more on, they got shows with names when I'm sitting some ugly. They ain't ready to die for words, so they not dust you off ugly. Leave you earth, when beneath your feet, I'm fighting you the cipher. Leaving like some new order from the nicest to the typers. When you play your face, they step with 1,000 times. You're in, you rap, it's still the whole face, shatter your mind. And it's still feeling this, no witnesses, niggas making the fucking premises. I'm getting state mechanics, I've been living from the Genesis. Exactly, discovered this news, the mob got here. SMILEY got color swums with a truck.
Sorry about earlier, y'all. My sound was messed up, so I haven't lately see my videos because of the weather and snow. Messing with my Wi-Fi. But I got this on, so if it go blank, I'll be on it. Watching it on my other phone. I got you. My bad. Got the new gun video. Same situation. Black Mafia. Step back, cock the Glock off, face again. After this, you looking for a kid, but in the race. Stuck dead in the game, we don't remain an honest citizen. I got you. Fucking many scammers be filling up with pins. I face the Marriott, girls and scotch anticipating. When will I make a yearning for riches? I can't fake it. From Gary like Paris, just ain't your man, cushy ass. Party ain't my bottle. Some keys and presidential comments. On the real, jealous niggas be feeling still. Gotta make a meal. For pennies on top of the hill. What the fuck I wonder? If rebellion will lead the struggle, plus the fast be bugging. Carlos before the snow we thugging. Bankroll measurements improved. We got shit to move to re-up and stashing up a couple bucks. My luck today, your destiny, invading you like destiny. 199 deep, follow the beat and MPDs, while we pushing trees. With Pelly saying Scarface, quality shoes, and Cubans and diamond jewels, smoke a pound of two. Gotta connect us from Peru to pharmacies, banging. Don't run from us, gon' be no slaying. What the fuck's up? A stand from the pussy from up and Philly finest be us. Videos be sporting verse from Mecca hoodies until millennia, steady stirring. Infrared beams, desert eagles, be filled with super shit for all my people. The peons, they say you're not a safety filled with the chopper. Bolivia, rockin' the Scotta. Before the now, ice rocks up on the stocks. Mommy roots from Ghana. Leaders that be the hideaway. Handles and shit. In 97, you would die, wait, bitch. I got y'all. We on here now. We live. Fix the sound. You gonna do this, man.
You never catch up. The 7th and Pike and Alizé got me messed up. And when it's time we mess up, cause niggas quick to jam you. That's why I pack the heat for demonstrations in the camp. Your house and shit is canceled cause the journal wet your section. But victim shells, so the hit was of perfection. I'm married to my drugs, faithful those ain't no divorcing. So when you think extortion, we stop it early like abortion. We on the corner with rocks, but now we motivating way. Cook it up in the pot, spread it on the plate with 20 SL. Top down with JL, you know the green shit from 12th Street is in the foyer. If not, like it fell. Look at me now, rags and riches. Catch me in the bubble, blowing it up with major bitches. Down and carrying up and down, they heard about the town, so they wanna ask questions. Gotta talk to Smith and Wesson, cause I'm busy buying Timbs for beats, rims for Jeeps. So when I come through the Kenwood, the Cypher Freaks, the millionaire whore, it's kinda different than before, cause I gotta get green for butter couches and big screens. Heard it through the vine, somebody wanna know the situation. It's like I said, the scared niggas, bitch, we need to waken. You steady faking while we going for 1 million plus. This DOD the situation, y'all can't fuck with us.
Man, I'm gonna try to make it like this and probably record some quarter.
Niggas take pings with diamond cluster rings, looking deep with a king's virgin of good things and things bring vision to have more. Get this clean with matching raffles, gauges Garcia Vegas, real nigga, fucking your main whore. Surviving street wars, it's all about rocks, the size of Rushmore, powder that's for a poncho. Praise the Lord, do or die, bitch. Animosity make you dry, snitch. I'm just pushing the ground with chrome factory dip, cop on this caviar. Desert Eagles, the devil yard, agents who try to lock.
Dive in, Poppy.
Hello, world. I'm just here to make you think. This CEO fully.
I got y'all, though. I'm about to show y'all this real fast. Go back on this live. I'm going to flip the phone so y'all can see what I'm looking at. And I'm going to show y'all some pictures like I showed y'all before. But this is the Black Mafia right here. A photo that y'all never seen before. Of the Black Mafia in the 1970s. Early 1970s, late 1970s. You know, showing y'all this because
My Uncle Smiley is in this picture with the Black Mafia. And he was second in command of this group of Black Mafia members. My brother, Frederick Smiley Armour, as well as Gene Hearn. He was first chair, and my Uncle Smiley was second chairman. Large is right there. Lonnie Dawson, Lil Russell. These the same brothers y'all seen in that Black Mafia ball photo. Now, what I'm doing is making sure I can hear all of this because I got my other phone on, like I told y'all. So I can still hear it, see? See right here? Got it on so I can. So that's cool. So if it like don't have a sound, then I can know from here watching it with this other device. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I can make this video for y'all, as well as for the brothers that's locked up. This is the Black Mafia of Philadelphia. And I'm about to get into this and let y'all hear the Black Mafia story as I know it. Now, Lonnie Dawson, I believe Gene Hearn, my Uncle Smiley, and another member was driving down the street in a car. Of course, at this point in time, law enforcement, the FBI, CIA, all of them knew who these brothers was. They pulled the car over. Lonnie Dawson, Gene Hearn, Uncle Frederick Armour, and somebody else got pulled over. Allegedly, the gun fell from Lonnie Dawson's body and onto the floor in the car. And the gun rolled closer to my Uncle Smiley's foot. So when they took him out the car, they asked who gun it was. All of them say, not my gun, not my gun, not my gun. What gun, what gun? So they locked my Uncle Smiley up, put him in jail. And he did time in the feds of Louisburg Federal Penitentiary, where they had a brother by the name of, well, not a brother, well, he was a man, so he called him brother, by the name of John Gotti, the Italian Mafia, was in the Louisburg prison with my Uncle Smiley. And there's a picture that I showed y'all before that I'm going to try to bring up, showing my Uncle Smiley locked up with, well, not locked up, a visit. He got a visit from a South Philly member from 20th and Carpenter, my homie Kai's father. And I'm going to bring that picture up so I can show it to y'all. You know, as well as showing you this Black Mafia picture of them. I got y'all. Now, when they locked my Uncle Smiley up, you know, that wasn't no, just, you know, doing 8 years in the feds for something that you didn't even, you know what I mean, had nothing to do with, but because you affiliated with your team, you sit down and you do the time. So they doing the time, you getting visits from my mother, my brother, me, my family. And I so happen to have these pictures to show it to y'all real fast. Now, I'm looking at this phone, getting them up, because I had them up earlier in the first video. And I'm going to show you the picture of Muhammad Ali with my uncle. Well, not my uncle, my brother, my oldest brother. So this Black Mafia is right here. They look out for their homies. They go see their comrades. And if a motherfucker start telling and talking and all that, you already know what's got to happen to them. The street code. You know what I mean? And that shit ain't no game when the street code is your life. You know? So the pictures I'm about to show y'all is exclusive prison pictures of Uncle Smiley and the feds, as well as other Black Mafia members with my other uncle on there, And I'm going to speak on my oldest brother, father, Reggie Taggart, that was allegedly in the Black Mafia as well, a top member. So I'm going to show you this picture of them, the ones and twos, handling their business. You know, that's a lot of time to do. Then he got a 48 years for allegedly beating up 20 cops at 20th and York at the bar. And he went down on appeal, and they was like, man, we can't believe nobody that little short beat up 20 cops. And this is one of the pictures right here of my uncle, Smiley and the feds, with my Aunt Maxine, which is my cousin Butter Felton, mother. And Butter Felton allegedly is one of the top drug lords of South Philly that took JBM to war. He in feds for that gun, for the Black Mafia. He's getting the visits. Is this picture I want to show y'all of my uncle with the South Philly brothers coming to visit him while he's in that jail. Now, while he in the feds for that gun, he getting visits from South Philly members. I'm going to find this picture for y'all of my uncle Smiley with the South Philly connection. When I look up this certain name, Showtime, I send him a lot of pictures of the Black Mafia member. And I send people that picture of them. It was a thumbnail under my old channel. When I get that page back on, I'm going to show it to y'all. So y'all like, oh, damn, I remember that. You know, and this picture I'm about to show y'all is my Uncle Smiley back in the day at the bar. Now, I don't know if it's 20th in York, but these pictures I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all the pictures first, and then I'm going to get into the content so I can really start getting into my zone. Now, before I forget this picture, I'm going to show you this picture of Muhammad Ali coming to Philly back in the day with my brother Beans right there. Now, his father, my oldest brother, was a high-ranking member of the Black Mafia. In fact, he was one of the ones that helped build the Black Mafia. So, I showed y'all that real fast. Because it's like when I see the picture, I might not be talking about what I'm talking about, but the picture pop up. I'm like, damn, I should just show them the picture. But if I show y'all the picture, then the picture won't be a part of what I'm talking about at that specific time. So some of the pictures I already had in front of me, but I couldn't show it to y'all because the content at that time wasn't based on that photo. You feel me? My mom back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's showing y'all how it was back then and who was what and what was what. I showed y'all that picture because that's what she, you know, she was one of them Black Mafia top females in the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? You know, they had to pay, you know, they had to pay money to be in the Black Mafia and I guess donate to their cause. So my family helped build Sister Claire Muhammad, helped pay for it. My Uncle Smiley, he helped pay for that shit. My mom told me, see, you know, your uncle helped pay for Sister Claire Muhammad. You know, I didn't know that when I was younger, but that's the facts. When you're a top boss, you're going to have to donate anyway. And they one formed the Black Mafia to get the, you know, the streets together. Too much corruption in the streets. The police had their hand in too much shit. So they formed the Black Mafia to clean the streets up and get some order and do for self. So all that shit jumped off. You know, too much corruption. I'm about to show y'all this picture of my Uncle Smiley with that Borsellini. Now this is the Black Mafia before the Black Mafia became the original Black. Well, this is 1950s. My Uncle Billy and them, they was the Mafia when Malcolm X first came to Philly in the 50s. They the ones that helped. You know, that's my uncle right there. And this is the ones that the Black Mafia and them was emulating. Them type of gangsters from that era. You know? So I wasn't mad about The fact that I had to hear that shit when I was younger, the juvenile placement, the staff saying your family black mafia, they fucked up the city. They didn't fuck up the city. Most of them guys that was telling me that shit, they was in gangs and all that. They just got a job and got their life together a little bit. You feel me? I'm about to show y'all that picture. This is the Black Mafia. Most of them on that picture. My Uncle Smiley right there. Lonnie Dawson. Lil Russell. And that's part of the picture. But I'm going to show you the original picture in a second. But I'm going to show you that picture of my uncle. When he got that in that bar. I just seen that picture too. What I'm going to do is when I come up to the pictures. Now you come up with a picture and you see it. I'm going to just show it to y'all because I should have done it when I saw it, but this Noonie Mims and Black Mafia in the jail. He on the phone. Top Black Mafia members in jail, running shit from jail. And Noonie Mims is from down my neighborhood, Kamak and Diamond. He's from that area. He's from, him, my uncle, his brother, Jeff Mims, before they became the Black Mafia, when they just was gangs, the Valley and all of that, when they was really together, when they was really like for they folks, before they became the mob. And then the shit got political. The white man was involved because the white man was giving them the drugs. And then when my Uncle Smiley friend got killed, I don't know if it was Large. I think it was the Jolly Green Giant or Large. They killed my Uncle Smiley friend, and the Black Mafia tried to give my Uncle Smiley some money to leave it alone. And he said, fuck that. He was fucking a package up, coming down there, taking their money, beating them the fuck up, kicking them in the ass. And allegedly, he done that to Tank. Kicked him in his ass down Richard Island and kept extorting him and mad as shit about it. So they kept saying, no, Smiley, man, you got to chill out, man. They want to have a meeting with you and all that. So he's like, man, fuck all that. So when he went down Richard Island, he went down there on a bike. He didn't ride down Richard Island in the car. He came down on a bike. And then he seen them down the projects, got in an argument with him and was walking towards him. And they was like, oh, he act like he a wild cowboy. And that's what I think he said. Nigga, he started talking that Jesse James, Billy the Kid type shit. And he like, they said, oh, he a wild cowboy. So when he approached them dudes, four of them, one was a top Black Mafia member. The rest was like dope fiends, but they was gangsters that could kill and shoot. And while he was fighting them, they had their guns out. He knew it was about to happen. So on his way of losing his life, he was fighting them. He was fighting him and shooting him at the same time. This Uncle Lonzo Robinson, that's in the top back right there. And that's Tank with the afro, who my Uncle Smiley went through something with. It's always the one next to you in the picture. You know that? Because that's my Uncle Smiley with the blue on, with the tie around his hood, around his neck. And this is a Black Mafia jail picture. And that's my Uncle Lonzo Robinson, my mother, brother, Uncle Smiley. And then Reggie Taggart is my oldest brother, father. So we have men in my family that's a part of this organization, this secrecy thing. And I'm glad my father was smart enough to just not just be knee deep in that shit like that. Because, back then, my dad was with my mom, and he ran the biggest gang, but he wasn't like far as being all deep into it when he was running around putting that type of work in, doing what they was doing to individuals as far as shaking them down and putting that. Because my dad didn't have to do none of that because he was, who he was. Then he kept going to jail a lot and all that. And I guess he was thinking, see the picture right here? This is the picture I'm talking about, my Uncle Smiley in that bar. That they got the picture with all of them with the red table. See his coat? I'm going to show you a picture of the rest of these Black Mafia members with them at the same bar, the same situation. Now remember that picture I just showed y'all. And I'm going to show y'all that picture. And I'm going to show you this picture of my mom and my brother and my uncle in the yard in jail. And then I'm going to show you that picture with all of them on there in that bar. Because that picture is showing y'all, like, who the bosses was. But you see, he was by himself. He was by himself, not because he wanted to be by himself. He just was in there that day, and he had family around him. Aunt June and them, they was up in there with him on they ones and twos, doing them. Now, I don't know if it's the same place where they had the Black Mafia ball at, but as you see, this is the picture I showed y'all before of him in jail, right? Where they had John Gotti at. Me and my brother, twin brother, we used to go visit my uncle, but we was so bad. My uncle was like, get them damn twins. We taking people's sodas and food and shit. We bad. We 2 years old, running around the visiting room. This my brother, he older. But as you can see, my uncle in the feds, still, my mom go visiting. My brother Sekou. So, we was had to be little dudes if my brother Sekou was this young. But he had visits, you know what I mean? And the brother that came to visit him from South Philly, I'm going to see if I can find that picture real fast for y'all. Hold up. Watch this, y'all. Black Mafia photos from Philadelphia. Now, when I show you these Black Mafia pictures, Black Mafia photos from Philadelphia. Black Mafia photos from Philadelphia. Let's see if I can get this on here. Black Mafia photos from Philadelphia. Now I'm going to show y'all that same picture of... Now this is the original Black Mafia picture that I used to show y'all, right? Now y'all see all of them on there, right? My Uncle Smiley right here. Right? Little Russell, Gene Hearn, Tank, Lil Rick. One of these brothers right here, I think, is Zach uncle, and one of them is Lil Bucky uncle on here. You know what I mean? Lonnie Dawson behind my uncle. Now, when my uncle get unalive down Richard Island, Lonnie Dawson take over the projects, allegedly down Richard Island. Because Tank was from West Philly. He's from West Philly. So when he went through this shit with my uncle and went to jail behind it, he did 20 years. We went to jail behind it. Motherfuckers still had to make their money. So allegedly, that shit continued. But my Uncle Smiley was loyal to his friends. So when they killed his friend, they was trying to pay him his money. Smiley, leave it alone. This is the picture right here. Now, y'all notice that picture I showed y'all my Uncle Smiley in that bar. And it's the same bar. And these are Black Mafia members. At that bar, look what it say. The Black Mafia, also known as the Philadelphia Black Mafia. So y'all see that picture I just showed y'all. You see they hats. My Uncle Smiley had a black hat on and a nice like a fur coat with the leather. So I showed y'all this because these pictures that I got ain't from the newspaper, ain't from none of that. This is a newspaper article that been in my mom's scrapbook for years. And my Uncle Smiley right there. Lonnie Dawson, Gene Hearn, James Price, and them. You know what I mean? Lonnie Dawson name is right here. And I got a picture of Lonnie Dawson when he's old. Now, my Uncle Smiley went to jail and did 8 years behind, allegedly, his gun. So when my Uncle Smiley passed away, you know what I'm saying, they went down Richard Island. I think this brother right here, this is my dad homie right here. He the one got locked up with Ronald Harvey with that situation that happened with the Hanafi Muslims and them drowning them babies. Now, when I met Bump in jail, he gave me the Black Mafia book. Bump gave me, and he's like, yeah, you said him and my dad and a few of the members that was with Ronald Harvey, they was part of my dad's gang from when they was 10 years old. It was called the Mighties. And they had zip guns, and then they had formed the Valley. But a lot of them members that was with my dad, a lot of them became top killers in the black mafia. And I met a lot of them when I was in jail, and they was like, I knew your father. Your father was my right-hand man, and this, that, and the third. And so I get to know about a lot of, like, Major Coxon. When Major Coxon came to Philly, he had Muhammad Ali with him. And when that shit happened in Atlantic City, the Dubois murder, remember Dubois got murdered? And Coxon got murdered. We're going to talk about that in a second. But when the black mafia went through something with Major Coxon, because Major Coxon, he was middleman in something, a situation for the Italian mob. The Italian mob, called the Outfit, they had a dope package that was coming through Philly. And it was coming through Philly. It stopped at the ports. And when it stopped at the ports, it got intercepted by these two young boys that were just in the streets, like in the trenches. They were so scared to get the shit back because word got out that they were looking for the motherfuckers who took that package. And he was going to kill them. So there was a $200,000 bounty out on them. So when they caught up to these guys made a vow that they weren't going to let nobody know where the shit was at. Or they made a toll where the shit was at and still got killed. But the Italians wanted their shit back. And Major Coxon was cool with the Italians and the black mafia. So he intervened and promised the black mafia $250,000. I think they said they would give Major Coxon $300,000 or something like that. And he said, we give most of it to the black mafia, take a cut, and middleman this shit. So I don't know what happened to the money. They paid the black mafia, but them two motherfuckers who supposed to had took the package, the big dope package from New York. They came to Philly. I don't know where that money, the reward money went at, but the two young boys got killed. And when they got killed, the drugs never was recovered. So now the Italian mafia told me, we're not giving up shit. We out of a package, and so now Major Coxon got to come up with this money. So he's trying to figure out how he can get that money up. So mysteriously, he was unalived, and they said that Sam Christian and them did. That's what they said, allegedly. Because the wife and the family heard him say, Sam was at the door. Sam who? So the young boy, he got away because he jumped out the window, 13 years old. They were shooting the family and them in the head, but they had these fucked up bullets. So he got away and told everything. They was looking for him and all that. So when that happened, they had another situation in Atlantic City. Now Major Coxon wasn't the only victim, allegedly, from the black mafia. You had Palmer, big drug dealer Palmer. Now Palmer, hold up. Black mafia murders in Atlantic City. Now, this part right here, these images of Palmer and them. Now, Palmer was down with Frank Matthews. Frank Matthews came to Philadelphia in the 1950s. Worked in a barbershop, started running numbers, started moving in the city. Rose up in the game fast because he was a smart motherfucker. Intelligent. Start selling dope, got with Palmer and them. Palmer, Major Coxon and all them. So when they was getting money with them, the black mafia also had their hand in his pocket, doing their little ones and twos. Philadelphia black mafia murders in Atlantic City. Now, 600 to 800 people is at this situation, right? They at this situation, right? And these homicides jump off because not Major Coxon, Palmer and another high-ranking drug lord is at this event. I think it's at the Cotton Club in Atlantic City on Easter. And Sam Christian, allegedly with his goons, the black mafia members, went up to the table, had some words with him. Palmer get killed. These females get killed. These bodyguards get killed. Another high-ranking drug lord get killed. And they say Sam Christian got away. Palmer brother started getting money with Mo his Zach of Berry Avenue with Old Head Grape, selling dope and powder cocaine out the bar. They recruited my brother Sekou because they seen him fighting two dudes on the avenue. So they broke it up, put Sekou under the wing, found out Sekou was related to my Uncle Smiley, Black Mafia. Zach's father or uncle was in the Black Mafia, so they became friends instantly. You know, so everybody liked him, Uncle Smiley. I'm saying he wasn't a part of that Atlantic City situation or that Dubrowell situation or that shit that happened to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar house with them babies being drowned. So a lot of people liked him, my uncle. So, you know, that's why a lot of people wasn't like, you know, like certain people they liked, certain people they didn't like. And my Uncle Smiley's the one that used to spar in the ring with Joe Frazier and give him the business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Atlantic City homicides. Now I'm going to show y'all these images of Palmer, Sam Christian and them. Palmer, brother, and that's something, the crazy thing is, I didn't know nothing about that. I was too young to know that the Black Mafia, they family members was tied to the underworld like that, dealing with that area of crime before that. You know? So Palmer, I'm going to show y'all a picture of Palmer, even though y'all seen pictures of Palmer before. Here we go. We got Palmer right here. Now, Palmer was a big-time drug dealer. He was young, too. This Palmer right here. Palmer had a brother. And Palmer's brother also was a hustler that got down with Zach. Now, Zach is the first one allegedly to bring crack cocaine to Philadelphia. You know, these Black Mafia members and photos, Noonie Mims, Sam Christian, Ronald Harvey, you know what I'm saying, the colorful names of the Black Mafia, you know, the era of terror. My Uncle Smiley and Lonnie Dawson and all of them. Right there, my mother, brother, Lonnie Dawson, Gene Hearns. When my uncle got unalived, he took over. It's crazy how when my uncle got unalived, he took over. My uncle got found to have the gun near his feet, which was his gun, allegedly Lonnie Dawson's gun. And look what happened. I'm going to show y'all a picture of Lonnie Dawson, how he look right now. Lonnie Dawson, I'm going to show y'all a photo of him that I don't know if he home yet, about to come home. Then I found out a few years ago that my family, when they got me on the phone, Black Mafia members had me on the phone, my Uncle Lonzo, like he was really like grinding me up on the phone and about the situation of talking about the Black Mafia. So then my brother got on the phone in three-way and cussed my Uncle Lonzo out about it. Like, man, the fuck you talking to and all that, right? But I had the utmost respect for my family to understand this their story and everything. Come to find out, the only reason why he was mad at me, because I think him and Gene Hearn, not Gene Hearn, Major Tillery from the Black Mafia, Major Tillery from the Black Mafia, Uncle Lonzo Robinson, I think Gene Hearn, they wanted to go to CNN to tell a story, and they didn't want me to tell it because I don't know really everything about, really about them. So they wanted to be the one to go to CNN and tell a story, which is cool. But until they do it, I'm going to be on here on my ones and twos. If anything, I'm the one sparked that light to make people want to get on here and talk their little ones and twos. Now, my uncle's son, Kenyatta Muhammad, that was in a rap group D.O.D., that's my Aunt Nisi and my cousin from the rap group D.O.D. And y'all think Kabani Savage situation was a situation as far as the burning the houses up and all that, allegedly. My cousin Kenyatta and his rap group D.O.D., my intro music, they got locked up for the same type shit. Like far as the houses getting burnt down, people getting killed and all that, because it was a house doing $30,000 a night called Budweiser. Unbeknown to my cousin Kenyatta, it was his older brother, crack house, doing the pussy. But I don't even think my cousin even knew that that was his brother, because didn't nobody know. Because my crack house down there was doing $2,000 a day to $3,000 a day, and that's not a lot of money. And I'm in a halfway house, not even knowing that right up the street, around the corner from me, Budweiser is doing 20, 30,000 a night. So when that shit jumped off and that shit was burnt to the ground, the feds came in that neighborhood and started locking niggas the fuck up. Left 90 going north. And I was like, that's crazy. Let me see if I can find this picture for y'all of Lonnie Dawson and the Black Mafia as I know it. Because the Black Mafia was a reign of terror, allegedly, back in the day when that shit was, when he was in a bag doing them. Now, the picture of Lonnie Dawson, when I show this picture of Lonnie Dawson, y'all, he's an older version of himself, a gray beard, you know, and that's what they do to you. When they lock you up, they make you come out looking old as a motherfucker. And when you come out looking old like this, you mean he still got his hair, but that's a kufi one. I ain't really sure. I think it's his hair, but he's locked up, about to come home, and he's been locked up for a long ass time. I think in his early 30s, he been locked up like 40 something years. And this gang war Bates that ran the valley with with my father, you know, he locked up for murder. You know, so these brothers right here, and a lot of the Black Mafia top bosses, they become trainers, like boxing trainers. And they start training people like Jeff Gant, Bernard Hopkins. Yeah. And the reason why, like, I know this to be true because I was around. I was around, like, around them. I'm going to show y'all this picture of my Uncle Smiley getting a visit from a South Philly boss. And this is a rare photo because, you know, South Philly only fuck with South Philly. But if you in the Black Mafia or if you in the Nation of Islam, that's the only way you can get like a pass fucking with these brothers. Now, hopefully, I can show y'all this picture of them. I got all these pictures of these brothers, so hopefully I got this picture of this the Black Mafia, well, the original Black Mafia, Noonie Mims and them bosses in Greatest Fort running shit from jail. The only black man to ever run a penitentiary. Run it. I'm talking about the whole jail. That's 4,000 inmates. This Jeff Gant when he came home. This was Noonie Mims.
Trenches, Hockey Raw coming at you live and direct with this bonus exclusive video.
The next one that pulled and ran everything
This is
in the city was Jeff Gant. That was, you know, Noonie Mims, like nephew, like son. And as you see, the Samson Dean Adderley Black Mafia, when they came to Philadelphia in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? It's a major picture right here. This is my man. This is Greatest Fort. He's a low-life Wolfpack member. He got killed from Germantown. Big Itch. Itch was a real boy, man. I'm going to show y'all this picture. This little Bucky and JBM John after the Black Mafia. I got so many pictures. Ram Squad, Chad and the Feds, North Philly boys, Sadiq, and Real Roller. These boys are getting a lot of money. See, and this Tyreek, Jersey Joe, Brandon, the Feds. When they was in the Feds, and I got the Feds. I got pictures of. Let me just show y'all these peeled up. Brandon, Tyreek, Sput, like this, the North Philly, John, Philly picture in the Feds. JBM before they first took off. Frankfurt boss, Showtime and Jeff Gant. From down Port Richmond section and Kensington and all that. The two Brown brothers that box and the movie star boy. These boys is millionaires. I got to do a biography on them K&A Irish, Italian boys that ran them gangs down there back in Kensington back in the day, in Port Richmond and all that. South Philly gangsters from 13th Street with Showtime. South Philly. I'm going to show y'all this. I'm trying to see this picture that I'm trying to show up real fast. I hope I got it. The picture I'm going to show y'all is when and this boy right here was like I don't know if he was the meth lab or the accountant, but he was a high-ranking member in the Italian mob, getting money with him. So, a lot of people I'm going to try to autograph and do shit with. I'm going to see if I can get these pictures, because a lot of these pictures that I don't have, I'm going to have to get out my other phone. Well, it's not the same phone, but under like a different app. If I can find this picture, the only one on that's somebody's phone number that I send a lot of pictures to, that there's a lot of pictures that I put in these phones. I'm about to show it to y'all. But yeah, though, like the Black Mafia, these boys, man, they wasn't bullshitting around when they was doing their thing back in the day. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Like, this type of history, man, will not be even mentioned if I don't talk about it. So I talk about it not to be seen amongst men, but to educate and also to let people reminisce. Because if people don't reminisce about the past, right, then there is no past. There's no future. And a lot of people need to see this, because if they don't see this, then it won't give them no ideas to reminisce or to come up with new ideas and new ways and shit like that. So I'm going to get these pictures up. I got them right now. This Shorty Hawk, JBM. I did a drawing on him before, but it's on my other channel. High-ranking enforcer of the JBM. Shorty Hawk. My Uncle Smiley. And my Uncle Tony. Back in the 60s, when my aunt died, he was in Vietnam, my uncle, and they came to the funeral. See how they was dressing back in the day. He a war hero. But yeah, I'm going to show y'all this picture, man. I'm like, damn, he got all the pictures. Yeah, I tried, man, to show y'all, because this is picture I want to show y'all of Lonnie Dawson, my Uncle Smiley, and this photo back in the day. A lot of these pictures ain't on here no more. But when I show y'all these pictures, like, damn. Because Kaz, I didn't even know Kaz, the dude I knew, even knew my Uncle Smiley. You know? I don't know. Hopefully. I don't know if that picture's still on my phone. But it's this picture that I had, that I took. I can't find it. I'm going to make it a thumbnail, though. When I do find it, I'm going to make it a thumbnail. It's showing you a brother with a nice suit on visiting my uncle in the feds. And I don't know what I did with that picture, man, but I'm going to find it. And I'm thinking, and when you got pictures and you sending them to somebody and they send it to you, I don't know how, I don't think it got lost. I just think that it's somewhere in my phone stored under something. Like, I store pictures under certain names. It could be a landline house phone number, and I put all the pictures under that contact, knowing it ain't get sent nowhere. It's just sitting. Let me see if I can pull it up real fast. All these pictures I got under my mom's name, under her contact for her crib. Got a lot of pictures in this joint, man. My uncle. I should have just showed y'all these pictures. These are a lot of pictures under this contact. Hold up. I got y'all. I'm going to show y'all right now. Damn, there's a lot of pictures, but the pictures I wanted to show y'all not in here. That's the crazy thing. Like this picture right here. This is one of the first drug dealers that got killed. Tony Rome. He was one of the first alleged JBM killings on 15th and Diamond. He was in his Benz with like a briefcase full of money. And they just found him in the unalive with bullets in him. 1986, 85. Allegedly, that was the first JBM homicide. To get niggas out the way, they didn't want to get down. You know? And Tony Roan and my older brother Ray Ray, they was best friends. Like, and a lot of people that was in the game, like this picture right here, I might have showed y'all the other day. This up Chuck's. Last JBM member, Richard Allen boss. Brooks was under E. That was his right-hand man. Man, Mikey was down with them. You see this in the background? This thing right here? That wood thing? Now, that's where everybody took their pictures at, right? Now, I'm going to show you a picture. That's in the same building, me and my twin brother, right? But in that same picture, of that background, it's when I was a young boy. He was a young boy. Uncle Smiley. My Uncle Smiley, my brother, our trophies. My brother Mike. That picture that I'm going to show y'all is, see that right there? This right here? That's E that I just showed y'all. That's me and my brother. JBM in the club in 89, summertime. Now, y'all see that background? Watch. Hold up. Same background. It's just the side of it. That brown in the back. And that's the boy we on the picture with. E. You know what I'm saying? And he had the black 5.0. See, everybody was getting money back then. And as you can see, that same background is our background. Right there. And that's E. Same boy. And me and Mikey in the middle. So that's some ball shit. Showing you some ball shit. And we young boys, unbeknown to us, the level that my uncle was in and the level my father was in the game back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, as well as the 50s with my Uncle Billy. So, you know, we was born in this shit. We wasn't sworn in. We was born into this lifestyle. You know what I mean? And I'm not ashamed of with my family, because before the Black Mafia, my mom, my aunts, my uncles, and them, they ran that whole neighborhood, Kamak and Diamond. My mother's sister, my Aunt Carol, she ran a gang called the Bucket of Bloods. A Bucket of Blood from 8th and Diamond. It's called a little skinny Carol. She could rumble ass, a red bone. I wish I could find this picture and show y'all her when she was younger. I see how my mom looked when she was young. But my Aunt Carol looked like her, light skinned, could fight her ass off, and ran a gang. Now, how many people know that can say that damn, their family was part of a gang that ran a gang? I'm trying to find this picture of her so I can show it to y'all. Like, damn, I ain't know that. But it's like somewhere in this area is these pictures of my aunt. And I don't know why I can't find it. I usually can find it because I saw it. And it's in my pictures. I don't know if it's in one of these things. But I'm like, damn, why can't I find that picture? Of all pictures, why can't I find that one? Damn. It's just a regular picture, man. Let me see if it's one of these pictures. In my album, it's not in none of these pictures. Because if I can find it, these images, I know it's in my phone somewhere. If I could find it and show it to y'all, all the pictures right here. Maybe it's everything. If I could find it in here, I could take my aunt right there. If I could find it. But I might can't find it. But it's a picture of her when she's young. You know, and I'm like, damn, my Aunt Carol looked younger. She was younger. It's the first time I seen that picture of my aunt. I mean, you know, you meet your family, and then your aunts and shit, they older. And then when you see pictures of your family when they're young, like, damn. That's always amazing to see your family when they're younger. I might can find it in here while I'm talking to y'all. But if not, I'll be mad as shit because I know I've had that picture. I didn't delete it. Because I remember looking at it like, that's my Aunt Carol back in the day. It's always when I'm not looking for a picture, I can find it. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, you know how you notice pictures near that picture? It should be coming up. But if I can't find it, I will make it a thumbnail and let y'all know how a female gangster looked back in the day that ran a whole fucking gang. And she just wasn't, because she was a female, my uncle, sister. She could really fight. That motherfuckers can't fight. She could really fight. She used to be grown up the fuck up. She wasn't no joke. And the thing is, she had like 8 or 9 kids, and you know, a boss like that will always be a boss in the house. I mean, she moved out of Arizona with my cousins, my family. They took over Arizona. I might find a picture, y'all, because I'm looking at all these pictures, 1,000 pictures right now. I'm just flipping through the phone. You want to look at it with me? See what I'm doing? All these pictures. Hopefully I can find this picture for y'all, my fucking aunt. Showing y'all. No, I don't think I got it in there. See all these pictures I just ran through, looking through all these pictures, trying to find my aunt, and couldn't even find her. But it would have been somewhere around here. You know? It's my daughter right here. It's one of my daughters right here. Green eyes and all that. So that's how all the females look at my family. You know what I'm saying? Look. That's the right here, see? The long hair, the pretty eyes. And that's her, one of my cousins. See, we all got that look. We all got that pretty boy, pretty girl look. But we dangerous, though. We got that type of family, you dangerous. So, you know, I come up around beautiful women, beautiful faces. So, you know, I just can't bring any type of females around my family. You know, they're quick to call a female ugly in a second. So I got to be careful who I bring around my family because, you know, you bring top of the line, you got to bring top of the line. See, look, this picture right here, my cousins when he was little in the projects, garbed up. Her father, Karima, her father's McFadden and Whitehead. Whitehead ain't no stopping us now. That's my Aunt Carol. This is my Aunt Carol kids. My cousin BB and them when they was little. And everything garbed up. So, you know, I had to, in the 70s, they was really protected, my females and my family. You know what I mean? Then they moved out of Arizona. You know what I mean? Look at Mom Dukes. Mom Dukes was like, and this, my mom is the youngest. You understand me? It's like 1960 something. You know what I'm saying? So, just showing y'all that to let y'all know, like, the women in my family, red bones. So all the men wanted them. All the real niggas that had real paper, you understand me? So we had to protect, my uncle and them had to protect the women. And then, of course, they protect themselves. But yeah, that's how that shit went down in my family, man. Like, the real deal. I wish I was trying to find a picture of my Carol. So I could tell them like this, y'all can like this pretty woman. She couldn't have been running no gang. She ran a whole fucking gang. And that's when you had to go through the kangaroo line and fight people and all that. She really was about that life. Walking up the street, skin and bones, red bone, putting in work. Can't imagine a female chasing men up the street, taking their money, extorting them. Yo, it's funny to me to know that shit, but I know how mine is. Mine wasn't no joke, man. You know what I mean? The women in my family, they was really stern, man, and enforced. Their voices, they beat you the fuck up, and all of those shit. So the men in my family had to be really stern and strong, because there wasn't no weak motherfuckers in my family. There wasn't no weakness in my family at all. You know? I don't know why I can't find that picture. I don't know who sent it to me. But somebody sent me that picture. And I don't know if I got it through Messenger. Let me see if my cousin Tracy got it on her page on Facebook. And if I can show y'all this picture of my aunt, back in the day. Now I'm going to go on my cousin page, right? My cousin Tracy. Now Tracy got all the pictures of everybody. So, Tracy Hennix. Now when I go on Tracy's page, y'all want to see these photos. Okay, I'm on the page. Hopefully I can just see my Aunt Carol when she was young so I can get right to it. This is my Aunt Carol's daughter, her oldest daughter, so she got all the pictures. You know, and if I could show you my aunt back in the day, I'm like, that's your aunt? Not that pretty woman. Yup, pretty Aunt Carol, red bone, family. I'm like, damn, yo. So, you know, I mean, one time my Aunt Carol, when my brother passed away, my twin brother, she walked all the way from 10th and Susquehanna to 1801 Vine Street, from North Philly to Center City, to talk to Judge Reynolds, to see if Judge Reynolds was going to let me go to my brother's funeral. And I'm locked up doing Super Max. All the judges was like, he can't go. And Judge Reynolds wasn't even my judge that gave me the time. But she went the fuck down there, came from Arizona. And when she talked to that judge let me go to my brother's funeral. And they said, my Aunt Carol was like, I walked all the way down there with my little baby cousin. She walked all the way down there. And they said, he ain't going to run, is he? So my Aunt Carol was like, I went down there and talked to that judge, and I gave that judge my word that she wasn't going to run. I found the picture, y'all. So I didn't run. That's the only reason I didn't run from the funeral, because my Aunt Carol went down there and talked to Judge Reynolds. But 2 weeks later, I ran. This is my Aunt Carol that ran the gang. Her right here. My mother's sister. This woman right here on this picture ran a gang down 8th and Diamond. My mother's sister. So, the women in my family are very beautiful. Long hair, dangerous, fuck you up. Play with them guns. Play in the streets like that. And I got stories, man. Throwing shells in the crib at motherfuckers. Yeah, trying to get them out of here. Yeah. Women in my family ain't no joke, man. Like, really ain't no joke. And I'm not just saying that because they my family. I just went and found a picture of my aunt that ran 8th and Diamond called the Bucket of Bloods. How many people can say they aunt did that? She 80-something years old, 80 years old now. But she ran that shit, man. My family was different, man. The women. Now, that woman I just showed you, her baby father, ain't no stop on this now. Whitehead. McFadden is my mom of a baby father. So you had these 2 red-bone sisters in North Philadelphia, and niggas coming up in the ranks rich, everybody liking them. So, you know. So that's where I come from. Pimp hoes and gangsters for real. Money makers. I mean, so this is my bloodline. And I ain't got to make none of this shit up. You know, y'all seeing it, like, and that's when I went on Facebook and got that picture and showed you that's off my cousin page. Her mother. Gangster. Uncle.
Exclusive photo that nobody has.
Everybody
but
in my
me.
family is about that life, man. So, and then my father's side of the family, whatever he mixed with, my mom said my father and mother was real light-skinned with long hair, so I don't know what my dad mixed with. And they was from New York, from South Bronx. Gangsters. My dad from New York, moved to Philly, got adopted by this lady who was on or something, and then he grew up near Diamond Street on Dolphin at 21st, on what's that? Van Pell Street, Van Pell and Dolphin, which is around the corner from Diamond Street Project and North Street Gang. He started hanging in the projects. And became the boss of that shit. Hanging in the project, 9 years old, 10 years old. Got in a gang called the Mighties. Then they grew up and became the Valley. Then the Black Mafia and that shit was formed. Yeah, so just give you the history of my family, man, and what went down like in the trenches of the neighborhoods of the singers that like made Philly Motown. Most of them was original gangsters, original in gangs. They just knew how to sing. Teddy Pendergraft ran 8th and Clearfield gang. I mean, so that ain't that far away from 10th Susquehanna. My uncle, my mom and them from, and then he ain't that close from my oldest brother, Father Reggie Taggart, so they the ones that Noonie Mims and them, they all together rising up, forming the Black Mafia. Getting people off the streets, rebuilding the neighborhood, do for self, teaming up with South Philly gangsters, and all of those shit. So they tied together. But I can't believe I can't find that picture. I mean, I don't know who, like how, I know I put it on the internet, but I sent it to a couple of people. If I can find out who all I sent it to, then I can just show y'all that picture. Because I sent a couple of people that picture of Kai's father from South Philly and my Uncle Smiley shaking hands on a visit. Because he did all that time. Man, my uncle did a lot of time, man. So when he got killed, Richard Allen, this FBI agent that was black, he went down Richard Allen and got my uncle's body because he said he never told on his friends. And he beat him up, knocked him out, beat him up, knocked him out while he was handcuffed. Because he used to whip their ass. He used to really whip their ass. The police, the one time they beat him up, because he had a bag of weed on him. My mom had to go get him from the hospital. He was wrapped up in a sheet of blood. But he never told. You know what I mean? And that's why the feds went and got his body. Like, this motherfucker stood and did time in Louisburg in the 60s, man. This when John Gotti was in Louisburg. This is the roughest penitentiary in America, Louisburg. Just look up YouTube and look up Louisburg Penitentiary. And they went in my uncle's cell and took his radio and his shoes. When he first got there, when he came back, the shit was gone. When they found out who he was, they gave him everything back. When they found out he was second commander of the Black Mafia and he was down in the trenches like that. So and he could fight. Getting locked in a room in recreation centers with 7-foot giants going to the body, doing body blows to each other. And they said they could hear it from blocks away. Every time I see old head dip, they ran the basketball games, referee the basketball game in 10th Susquehanna, 16th Susquehanna, 8th and Diamond. Every time he saw him, he said, man, and I think he related to him because I think he got our last name. He said, man, your Uncle Smiley used to be locked in a recreation center with Grady Dice. And Grady Dice was a 7-foot giant. A scared man killed him. That's why I said a scared man to kill you. I don't know if they got that line from him, but you kept picking on the motherfucker. And come to find out, in that picture that I showed y'all, the Black Mafia, I didn't know that was, I gotta show y'all pictures. Another family member that I forgot to show y'all that's related to me that's in the Black Mafia. Now, it's the picture right here. And when I show y'all this picture, right, y'all gonna be fucked up to see it, but I was fucked up to see it too because my mom was like, that's Aunt Maxine, brother. What? So I didn't know that my Aunt Maxine, that's on the picture of my uncle, that the picture of my Aunt Maxine and my Uncle Smiley, that picture where he's doing time in jail, right? And he's in the feds. First, I'm going to show you that picture. Then I'm going to show you who her brother was in the Black Mafia. I ain't never know that. All the time I seen this picture right here, no, this is my Aunt Maxine and my Uncle Smiley in the feds in the visit, right? Now, her son is Butter Felton, allegedly the boss or the top 1 or 2 bosses in South Philly that took JBM to war. Now, her brother, which is Butter uncle, was locked up with me in Greatest He was like a professional boxer. I think his name is, right? And he used to fight professionally and beat somebody professionally before. But her brother or his brother or her father, uncle, or something like that also was in the Black Mafia. Her other brother, I never knew that. You know, South Philly, you know what I'm saying? That's how I think my uncle met Maxine. Black Mafia photos of Philadelphia. Because I can understand, like, because he had a lot of women all over the city, right? So for him to get a South Philly girl, you understand, some South Philly very geographical. So for you to be from another part of the city, mess with a South Philly girl, and the South Philly girl is well connected, and her family in the Black Mafia, then you had to be really important and somebody to mess with a South Philly woman. But I'm going to show y'all that picture, though. Like, damn, that's the picture is one a picture I showed y'all earlier, but I didn't really pay no mind. Philadelphia Black Mafia photos in the newspaper. I'm gonna go right to it because I know they're gonna pop it up. It's the picture with the brother with the afro. That's her brother. I'm gonna show it to you. That's why I'm gonna when that them BMF motherfuckers start stealing our name, calling themselves the Black Mafia. That shit was all TV shit. I think this her brother right here, if I ain't mistaken. I ain't sure. I think this is her brother, if I ain't mistaken. But he had an afro, and I'm thinking this is her brother, my Maxine brother. But he's one of the brothers with the afro, and I'm thinking it's him. So my mom said, that's a brother. So you had my Aunt Maxine brother, Black Mafia, my Uncle Smiley, my Uncle Lonzo that's married to my Aunt Niecy, my older brother, Reggie Taggart, father. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Taggart is my older brother, father. So you got all these, and then you got Old Head Russell, that's my father friend from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? You got all these people that's connected to my family, or my family that's in this. Now, the reason why, because people ask me, well, how Lonzo meet your Aunt Niecy? Because Lonzo, when my Aunt Niecy house got robbed, when they was getting all that money, somebody from the neighborhood was the one who robbed the house. He didn't have no mask on, none of that. He was somebody that was cool with my Uncle Billy. And these guys is all like family to each other because the one that's on the picture with him, he also is related to my family because that's my little cousins and I'm grandfather. So my little cousin and I'm grandfather, right? It's another Black Mafia picture, and also Sis Trunk from my neighborhood, and Noonie Mims, and Noonie Mims' brother used to go with my mother, Jeff Mims. His brother, they both the same height, they look just alike. Used to go with my mother. So, and then Sis Trunk right here is from my neighborhood. His brothers and my older brothers are best friends. He like they family to me. And his wife or his mother taught my mother how to pray. So all of this is like, and then in my neighborhood. So I'm really connected in so many different ways, and so many different people is connected to my family that it's ridiculous. And it's like mind-boggling when you think about it. Like, damn, this shit is crazy. I'm connected to the Black Mafia on so many different levels in so many different ways through family and close friends of the family, you know? So, yeah, so I'm in this shit to win this shit. I'm looking for that picture for y'all. I just seen it. But as you know, these photos of the Black Mafia, that picture of them locked up in jail. That's what picture I'm about to show y'all. That picture when they was in jail in the yard. And that other picture of the old heads that right here. Now, when my Aunt Niecy house get robbed, right, is this old head right here. Now, he's related to my nephews and my little cousins. This their grandfather. So the woman in my family started dealing with him. And this is my Uncle Billy, but he got hooked on dope. Garfield in the middle, cold gangster. Tied my family members up, and my aunt and all them. And my cousin, Daryl, got out there. Whatever they tied him up with. And when he was walking down the street trying to get away, because he wanted some drugs for free, they wouldn't give it to him, and he tied them up and robbed them. And then as he walked down the street, he got shot. And then my uncle Smiley stayed there and took the case. It's another picture of me with my father. I want to show you how I used to wear my hair. My mom used to come see me in Greatest for it. It's like 97, 96. When I got out the hole. She in the Nation of Islam, Sister Victoria, my mother. So they come see me. Greatest for it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, my aunt and them get tied up. The boy gets shot. My uncle go to jail. So now they sending people from the Nation of Islam to my niece's house to see two brothers came under the, investigate the robbery. So while they investigate the robbery, my Uncle Lonzo, before he was my uncle, he went down to investigate the robbery, and him and my niece got cool. Next thing you know, they had my little cousin, Kenyatta. They rolling together, getting money together, and next thing you know, I don't know what rank he was in the Black Mafia, but allegedly, you know what I mean, one of the top enforcers from Uptown. And when he's in the House of Correction, he used to beat the shit out them dudes. Because one of the staff members used to tell me, he said, Lonzo Robinson, your uncle, Big Lonzo, used to whip them niggas' asses in jail. Give them the business. You know? These the boys I'm going to show you about real fast. That was an Italian/Irish mob in Kensington, Port Richmond. They wealthy now. Two brothers that I'm going to interview one day. And these brothers, man, I'm going to interview them. They millionaires. They about to do the biography in their life. And they want me to be on the movie set with them and everything. Because I don't want to bring them to the, like, far as let everybody know who they was in the world. I mean, so the world know who they is through me. And my old page, Philly Trenches. But I'm going to show you that picture now of my Uncle Lonzo. So Uncle Lonzo and my niece get together and everything. But then my Uncle Lonzo and my Uncle Smiley went through something before. And Lonzo a giant, but he wasn't no match for my Uncle Smiley, man. So, and my Uncle Smiley, they about to fight. What you think happened when he was about to fight? My niece in the middle of it. I think he put his hands on my eye or something. So my uncle wasn't going for that shit. So they start fighting. But Lonzo, knowing that my Uncle Smiley is a real fucking terror with the hands, he in the ring fucking up Joe Frazier, giving Joe Frazier the business, knocking him down, hitting body shots. My Uncle Smiley he never backed up. He used to just rock on the back of his heels, but he never like went backwards. So that's the caliber of nigga he was, man. I was like, he was the real deal. And then, you know, telling me to take the video down, like my Uncle Lonzo, they wanted to go on CNN, him and Major Tillery, not Major Cox and Major Tillery, who I did a video on. So they rumbling and everything, right? He pushed my niece in the front. What you think happened to my uncle? My uncle got shot. Lonzo allegedly shot my uncle because my uncle was too much for him. So my uncle get shot in the leg. He just backed my uncle up and he got up out of there because this nigga giant, damn near 6'4", 6 something. And my Uncle Smiley like 5'7". But he was a terror, so he shot my uncle. And this was in the house. You know what I'm saying? So the niggas had animosity because, you know, he wasn't a blood uncle. He my uncle by marriage, but he gave my niece, my cousin Kenyatta, which is her son. He used to smack me and Mikey in the back of the head like he ain't like us or something because up the street was the white head in them house. Ain't no stopping us now. So me and Mikey go over there, 7 years old, and we start playing with the toys and the kids near the Christmas tree. Mikey see a watch, put in his pocket and take it down to my mom. He don't know what it is, but it's a Rolex. And they said we stole a Rolex. A law he deemed it was a Rolex watch. I thought it was a broken watch, so I ain't really paid to watch no mine. So when Mikey gave a watch to my mom, Lonzo found out. And they said that we stole a watch. We thieves. We fucking 7 years old. I ain't even know my brother had the watch. So my brother Sekou said, Lonzo wants y'all. We went upstairs, and he beat the shit out of us with a belt, man. Grown-ass man. Heavy-handed and everything. And I promised when I got older, I was going to kill that nigga, man. Because he beat me like we were slaves or something, bro. Like, but we took that shit, though. You know, we used to get our ass when we was young boys because we was badass little boys, but for a grown-ass, heavy-handed man to beat us like that, man, over a watch. And we went to my Carol house. He said, I'm going to kill that nigga. And I said, I'm going to get older, I'm going to kill that nigga. But he wound up going to jail for 40 years. So me and Mikey raised his son, which was my cousin Kenyatta in the rap group. That's the first time I ever talked about that situation. The motherfucker putting his hands on me, beating. They call it getting chastised. Knowing that it's in our blood to be who we are. Then he hear that we terrorizing the streets and all that while he doing all this time and all that. Oh, nigga, you put your hands on me, nigga, like I was your son or something. Nigga, you never even beat your son like that. So, you know, it's the picture right here. Now, look how big this motherfucker is. See him right here? This Lonzo, the biggest one in the back. That's why he in the back. Another big motherfucker in the back. But then my Uncle Smiley right here. Now look at them. Look at the two comparison. My Uncle Smiley, Lonzo. And you see how much big he is than my uncle didn't give. Look at my Uncle Hands, though. My uncle was a real prize fighter. Stayed in shape. Boxed his ass off. Danced his ass off. And the motherfucker next to him, Tank, is the one that went to jail for his body. Couldn't nobody beat my uncle, man. My uncle was a hard-hitting motherfucker, man. He embarrassed niggas. So when Lonzo did it to my aunt, my uncle stepped to him and he stood behind my aunt and shot my uncle. That shit was like a coward move, but niggas trying to get a Tasmanian off you. He knock you the fuck out, break your jaw and all that other shit. Niggas ain't trying to be embarrassed, especially not in front of his woman. But my Uncle Small used to beat them niggas the fuck up. They said back in the day, he used to go on a dollar party, and then everybody, as soon as he walked down the steps, everybody run out of the joint. Because he was scared to death of him. And we had the Black Mafia members with him. He used to come down 12th and Dolphin and get out the car. He used to make them niggas 2 carloads. Stay in the car, don't get out. Yeah, because he used to beat them niggas. That's like, and one of his closest Black Mafia members was Ronald Harvey. Because my mom said it was 2 friends that my uncle had back in the day that could knock a cow out. There was Country and Ronald Harvey. You know, so for my uncle to be the second command of the Black Mafia, he had to know how to really be an enforcer, a leader, have patience and all that, and how to deal with problems. You know, he had to know how to fight real good. Because you couldn't have been a short motherfucker and couldn't fight and be a boss. You know what I mean? And had that much respect in South Philly. South Philly loved him. You understand me? So, and nobody from North Philly would have, you know what I mean, actually done it to my uncle, but Tank from West Philly, from 60th Street. But he had a package down Richard Island. So a lot of motherfuckers probably didn't like him because he wasn't from Richard Island. He wasn't from North Philly. He was from West Philly. You know? And you say, well, if JBM was that powerful, how did somebody come to court and tell on Tank saying that he unalived my uncle? Well, because the people that was there that testified, think when these motherfuckers had power, they can get you killed. Ain't nobody testify against them, but probably their own members. But when civilians testify against you, then that mean they ain't scared of you or nothing. But the reason why they testified against Tank and got him to 20 years is because the people that testified that were civilians loved my uncle. When people love you, they go all out for you. And remind y'all, before Richard Island was built, most of the people that came from Richard Island was from Kamak and Diamond, my neighborhood. Yeah. So Uncle Smiley was the real deal, man. And he was a real boxer in the ring. And they used to go down Kensington and fight them white boxers. And they used to call them niggers and chase them all the way back in the because Uncle Smiley couldn't lose a fight. He was sparring with Joe Frazier. Come on, man. Beating dudes down like he was a different type of... See, everybody in the mob couldn't fight. A lot of them could fight. I'm talking about like far as don't need a gun, ain't scared of nothing, don't care if you torture him or none of that. He ain't giving up no information. And he don't care if you got a gun, he's still fighting you. That's how he lost his life. He seen the ambush before he walked up to it. He told them niggas while he walking up on him, y'all niggas about to kill me. You know, we got a wild cowboy out here. So he started arguing and fighting 4 motherfuckers, and while he's fighting, they shooting, and he's getting shot, still connecting, still putting in blows, hurting these boys. And most of them dead, except one of them. And a few of them got killed down Richard Island. And these was hitmen, but they was junkies. They was hooked on dope. You feel me? So when the JBM was formed, before the JBM got formed in 1980, they had a boxing team. Buttons, last name Gibbons, right? Now, he was a gangster and a boxer, and they was on a boxing team, and Richard Island had this big-ass event. And down Richard Island, like a block party type shit in the projects, and one of the motherfuckers that killed my uncle, or 2 of them, wound up getting killed, and Buttons went to jail for it. So I met Buttons in jail, and he told me everything. He told me how they was coming from the gym, and he got an altercation with them gangsters that unalived my uncle, And then motherfuckers wound up getting killed. And the other ones that got killed down Richard Island, that has to do with my uncle, I think Pitts and Pee Wee, they got killed allegedly by JBM members. You understand me? And I'm not going to get into detail about that, but I know for a fact, I heard it from the horse's mouth. You understand me? Because Trey Bags was in the JBM, and him and my twin brother was on the same shift getting money. He from Pentown. Most of the JBM members from Richard Island was from Pentown, project right next door to it. So when they killed Trey Bags, allegedly it was from the dudes that killed my uncle. So when they got caught in the Richard Island, luncheon or whatever, they got killed. Allegedly by top JBM members who told me the story. We got that motherfucker for Uncle Smiley. Uncle Smiley was my old head, my OG. Yeah. You understand me? So, you know, they ain't get away with it. You understand me? Then they gave a lot of money to my aunts and when Uncle Smiley got killed. He gave my mom's sister $10,000 and he had a lot of money in the house. And my Uncle Jumbo went in my aunt Niecy's house and took all this money out of my Uncle Rum. And then they went through something. My aunt Niecy tried to see my uncle coming, getting off work, and had my little cousin Kenyatta hide behind his wall. And when he walked by, she tried to take his head off with something. I'm like, that shit was crazy. Think about it, these is grown-ups. But it was about that bread. You know, it was about business, man. Like, sometimes motherfuckers sweep shit under the rug when it come about money. So it was a lot of shit that wasn't right behind my Uncle Smiley's death. I was just too young to understand what's going on. I was like 19, 20. And my uncle was out here, man, my twin brother, my brothers, took all them dudes to war and they would have went down like that. But he was by himself, even though he had motherfuckers that would have rode with him. But he knew that he had to handle this himself because he was a high-ranking member. And when his homie, is even larger, the Jolly Green Giant, got killed, and they tried to give my uncle $100,000 to leave it alone. He was like, man, fuck that. He just got tired of it. He got tired of the slimy, dumb shit that they was a part of. So he was taking the package, kicking Tank in the ass and embarrassing him and embarrassing that organization and fucking up their money. And they was getting a package from the white man. And before Jeff Mims' brother died, before Noonie Mims' brother died, Jeff Mims, my mom got him drunk. And they was talking about everything. And they was like, Noonie Mims was heard about my uncle getting killed. And they was like, Smiley wasn't supposed to die. The white man gave the okay for them to take him out because it was business. And he was fucking their business up because they killed his homie. That's why my Uncle Smiley got killed. Because he was fucking a package up, like taking his shit. Give me that shit, nigga. So he knew he was going to die. My Aunt Carol said it. Said he came over there on a beef salami thing, and he ate with them and, and act like he wasn't going to be here no more. He must have told my aunt that. Because they knew. The streets knew. Just a matter of time. And he wasn't running from nobody. He ain't going to run. He ain't cooperate with nobody. He just was mobbed. He mobbed all the way out. And that's why the feds came in and got his body. You know what he said? Yellow tape syndicate. Can she be only, what did he say? Can she be, listen, yo, like on some real shit, like my family, this is the real deal, man. Later on today, I'm going to talk about that boxing thing that Gilly Kid and them had. You know, my niece was boxing, Rocky. I'm going to show y'all the whole video, but I'm going to mute it and I'm going to just talk through it and just let y'all know what I feel about the situation, because I'm about to promote this other fight that they have in Frankfurt, just like that one. And I'm going to let y'all know about the information, what time it starts, how much it costs, and everything when I come on here tonight. This is Philly Trenches CEO Hockey, welcome to you live and direct with this bonus exclusive video. My family, my Uncle Smiley, helped pay for Sister Claire Muhammad, him as well as my oldest brother Reggie Taggett, helped form the Black Mafia. My family, my uncles and them, they built that shit. And now it's, the world know. Philly Trenches CEO Hockey, welcome to you live and direct.